Good morning. This morning when I got up, I was browsing through the news when a news story about an investigation of a killing in Horry, South Carolina, a county in South Carolina. It's where Myrtle Beach is. The story was about a road rage incident that went on for 9 miles and ended in 2 people killing. This is not in contention, killing the driver of another vehicle, shooting him. The kind of culmination of the story was the lawyer who was suing the 2 people who killed the other guy was saying that the police didn't follow their oath of office, that they took an oath to do their job and they didn't do it. I'm not here to talk about that this morning. I'm here to talk about oaths. I've taken oaths. I took an oath to the United States of America when I became a sailor in the Navy. I've taken an oath a few times. I took it serious when I took the oath. I think part of the problem today with our officials, they aren't being held accountable to the oaths they took. The sheriff's deputies, the police officers, from the top to the bottom, from the oath of office of the president to the oath of office of the rookie police officer. I'm not sure when it happens, but apparently these oaths have become just a formality. Just something that you have to do to move on to the job that you've applied for and gotten. The ethics of taking an oath is very important. And to anybody who's taken an oath before and taken it serious, that's very important. Both my brothers took the same oath that I did. I assume they took it very serious and still do. It is very concerning that these oaths are no longer honored. That dishonorable people are taking oaths and not honoring the oaths. What's worse is we're letting them do it. Occasionally I go down these rabbit holes on YouTube and I watch these police videos. I never have understood why I find them so intriguing, that I'm drawn to them to watch them. And it's not the police chases, it's not the police confrontations, it's the police that are not obeying the oath that they took. Many of the oaths we take in this country include a clause that involves upholding the oath, upholding the laws involved in the Constitution. So, when you take the oath, you agree, as a police officer especially, to uphold the Constitution. Unfortunately, sometimes that means going against your boss, going against the people that are in charge of you, going against your fellow officers. And it's not an easy thing to do. A lot of people think that when you join the military, your oath is ironclad. If your superior tells you to do something, you have to do it. It's not the case. As a matter of fact, built into the oath you take when you join the military to uphold the Constitution, that oath includes built into it the ability for any service member to disobey an illegal order. It's not an option. You have to do it. If someone gives you an illegal order, you must not obey it. A lot of people don't know that. They think that the oath is to your superior. That is not the case. Your oath is to the Constitution. And if you are not following your oath, if you are such a despicable person that the people you work with has become more important to you than your oath of office, than your oath to uphold the Constitution, you are the reason for the downfall of society. Not the criminals you're fighting against, not the people who put you in office. You personally are responsible for the downfall of society. Take your oath serious. It's important. It is the most important part of your job. Whether you are a firefighter, a doctor, a politician, a police officer, a sheriff, a deputy, a chief of police, a soldier, a sailor. If you took an oath to uphold the Constitution and the concepts therein, and you willingly ignore it, or if you do not grasp, if you do not strive to grasp the concept of the document that you took an oath to uphold, you're the problem. You are a huge part of the problem. Yes, we have criminals. Yes, you have to protect the public if you're an officer. But that protection is built into the oath you took to uphold the Constitution. And if you're not doing it, if you're protecting those people around you, well, I hold you in more contempt than the criminals you're dealing with. If you're a politician, if you are a politician who took an oath and you're breaking your oath, I hold you in higher contempt than I do the police officers who are breaking their oath, because you're a leader. And as a leader, you should be above you should lead. It's disgusting the amount of leadership abuse there is at this moment. Why is Elon Musk supported so much? Because most Americans are absolutely disgusted with the behavior of the people who are leading this country. That's why he's supported. That's why he keeps finding all of these problems built into the system. Magic money computers. Come on. If you're a civil servant, you took an oath. Are you breaking your oath or are you upholding your oath? The amount of dishonorable people who are involved in our government now is absolutely... I cannot find the words to discuss the amount of contempt that I have for people who are straight up liars about upholding their oath. It's not... I get very upset about this. I'm going to have a good day, by the way. Bound and determined to have a good day. But it's important. It is important that we hold people accountable, that we make sure that people who take an oath take it serious. You don't put up your right hand and swear an oath. as a formality to move on with the rest of your life. You better listen to the words you're saying. You better listen to the promise you're making. Your self-worth is not worth giving up the honor you are swearing to uphold during an oath. A man's word is everything. A woman's word is everything. A person's word is everything. Take an oath. Live up to it. If your fellow oath taker is breaking their oath, call them out on it. There should be no blue wall of silence. I want to say some bad words now. I want to say some things. I want to curse. I want to curse vigorously right now. The story I read was upsetting. The story I read, it did not convince me one way or the other as to the guilt of the killers. I don't know if they're guilty of murder or if they just killed this guy because of a road rage incident and they felt that they were, their life was threatened. I don't know. I do know this. The idea that I could read that these police officers did not follow their oath, and the first thing that pops into my mind is, yeah, that's plausible, because I've seen quite a few actual videos of police officers who are not following their oaths, who are not upholding the Constitution. That's the real thing that's got my anger going this morning. Not the idea that this particular case had a what do you call it? An unclosed, no closure, that this case didn't have closure. It's the idea that, oh, that's very conceivable that there's some crooked cops. Is it that common now? I just spilled coffee on myself. Is it that common? That now it's a given? Okay, we have to investigate. You took an oath. You took an oath. If you broke your oath, come forward and say, I broke my oath. I'm stepping down. I'm giving up. Man, even on the local stage, there are some unscrupulous, trying not to curse. I've been told not to curse so much because it shows a lack of restraint. I'm trying to restrain. But the unscrupulousness, it goes all the way down to local, the very local of locals. Now, HOA. You see these HOA videos online all the time where people are flexing because they're HOA anything. You're getting a ticket because of this. You're getting a ticket because of that. The HOA is designed to keep property value up. HOA board members don't take oaths. But if you're an unscrupulous board member, you can sure screw up a community. And then it goes from there to county commissioners. County commissioners. Here I am sitting on the side of the county that is not the well-to-do side. And I'm watching all these neighborhoods pop up around me. So the county commissioners have the ability to approve or deny these construction sites. We don't have the infrastructure to support the neighborhoods we have. And yet we keep seeing all these new neighborhoods popping up on this side of the county. Then I get curious. Seems like all the businesses are on this side of the county. All the money makers, all the money that is being bought into the county from interstate travel, from the interstate, the highway, from businesses. They all seem to be over here. All the businesses, all the taxes seem to be coming from this side. But all the nice community centers and auditoriums and parks, all the really nice parks, all the greenways for walking. We were supposed to have a greenway that went from one side of this area all the way through to the other side of the county, and magically stopped. Just didn't get connected right there at the crossing into this side of the county. It's no longer seems to be a thing that's going to happen. It's just kind of gone by the wayside. Seems like all the money's coming from this side of the county, the incoming money, and all the outgoing money is going to the other side of the county. That's discerning. That's unscrupulous. That's crooked. I could be wrong. I don't know. The ability to find this kind of stuff out requires hoops that you have to jump through. I don't have time to do. Here's the thing. Those representatives of the county that took the oath of office, if they broke their oath, I wouldn't be surprised. I would no longer be surprised. After all the videos I have seen and all the crooked news stories about judges and politicians and just people in general who have taken an oath. If you take an oath, I don't know what mechanism there is. I mean, if you break a law, they're going to put you in jail. If you break an oath, what mechanism is there to keep you accountable? To make sure that there's an organization called Oath Keepers. And I don't particularly know that that's a great idea. That coffee on my t-shirt. But it seems like an Oath Keeper, that should be something that is built into the system. Recently had a discussion. Someone's taking in our HOA, they have I think it's an ethics agreement that they had to sign, which, of course, immediately I said, if someone doesn't have ethics and they sign an ethics agreement, it doesn't mean anything. It's pointless. If you don't have ethics, you're willing to break an ethics agreement. I'm kind of disgusted with this whole, why aren't we holding people accountable? Why aren't we? We need to hold people accountable. When we hold people accountable, we get better leaders. The leaders we have right now, I don't know. That's the problem. We don't know anymore. We just aren't sure who's a good leader and who's a bad leader. The whole Jeffrey Epstein fiasco, holy crap. I don't know who was involved with that and who wasn't. The Biden administration, obviously this man wasn't fit to be president. Who is responsible for running the show while he was president? We don't know. We have no idea. And we probably never will know, because we've gotten to the point where we're just not holding people responsible anymore for the oath they take. My coffee's cold. I'm going to go and have a good day. I promise you I am, and I certainly hope you do. And, man, if you took an oath, follow your oath. Uphold your oath. If someone around you took an oath and they're not upholding their oath, call them out on it. It sucks. It's a hard thing to do. But I assume when you took the oath, you understood there were going to be some hard times. Whew. That was a rant. I hope you all have a wonderful day. It is Tuesday. It's going to be in the 80s today. I'm going to have a wonderful day. I hope you find peace, love, and dream. Until next time.